Good morning everyone and welcome back to another video. I hope you're well. So today you actually joined me down at Bushfire Forest. This is actually an area where I was last and it was completely burnt. Now I've been here at different stages, so I was here on the day before a fire came through here, and now I'm back here when there's new growth. I haven't wanted to come back here for a long time because I was thinking I was gonna get shocked by how bad it is, and how different it is. But now it's just like, it feels fresh. It feels like there's a new life in the scene, and it's really lovely. And the birds are still around. When I came here last time, there were no birds. There was the smell of death in the air from all the animals that didn't make it away from the fires. Yeah, this is beautiful. A lot of trees are dead. And you wouldn't want to drive along this road later, or when it's raining and heavy winds and everything. That's why we left it till today, because yesterday was a pretty bad day. So just had a nice little relax and went out to the shops and everything. So yeah, what I'm going to do today is I'm just going to use my 70-200 here and pick out details, because it's such an overwhelming scene and I don't want to get everything. And we can also do some panos and everything. So yeah. I just wish I bought my little rail so I could use, I can set up my nodal point and I won't have that problem with the parallax, I think it is, effect. So yeah, I'm seeing compositions all around me. It's fantastic. Anyway, let's get out there. Isn't this a lovely spot? I'm so glad that people are out here. There's a car park where I've just been, where we don't have intro, and yeah, there's a lot of people out and about, and there's people pulling into the car park, coming here, having a little look, and then going out and not being on their way. Yeah, just simply beautiful. There's people probably walking just there. You might be able to see them just walking by. Yeah, I was so worried about this scene being really overgrown with new foliage on the trees and sort of blocking the path through. It's just, the fire's really brought this nice new growth to the area, and I've settled on this nice composition. Now there's a few I can see that I'm really liking. This whole new growth has really brought on a whole new look to this place. Before it was so like clean, clinical, smooth trees and everything, but now we've got a lot more detail, and yeah, I'm glad I've decided to put the 70-200 on, because I want to pick out little scenes and really sort of compress the scene. I don't want to capture everything, I just want to capture a few little things. So yeah, that's what we're doing. But I've got this first composition in front of me. I'll just turn my camera on, so I'll switch it onto my my 5D now. What I really like is the way we've got these new shoots coming through, and we've got the old bark, and then we've got, it's also the old part of the old bark is starting to unravel itself, start to unwrap the tree, is my best word that I can think of at the moment. And it just looks really elegant, really nice, and we've got sort of nice light coming, really nice soft light coming over from the left hand side. Really nice colours. We've got some nice dark browns, some light browns, and then the greens and everything just really pop very nicely. I think I'm going to go for a nice square crop with this, and shooting with the longer lens we get a bit of compression going on. It's just a really beautiful scene, and it's a great way of photographing this. So yeah, let's get that shot now. Go in nice and tight. Probably should have grabbed my 1.4 time out of the car. So I'm going to do f4, and I've got all my gear actually in the car. I can still see my car, so it's safe. Now I can see my camera back. I'll shoot at f4, and we'll also try 5.6. Change our aspect ratio to a square crop. Oh yeah, that's nice. No polarizing filter. Maybe I should have got one. I might. go and get one. Oh, I'm puffed out. Oh, I'm really unfit. I'm not used to it. So I grabbed my camera bag, thought why not, and yeah, it's safer and I've got everything in here. I thought it was going to be heavy. It's so lightweight. So much lighter than when I had the Hasselblad. So yeah, let's take the lens hood off, pop on a polarising filter, and get this shot while the light's still lovely and soft. And I've just realised I ran over here with it on my back, with the back zip all open. I'm glad it wasn't a bag which opens out to the front, because I would have put it on my back, turned around and everything would have flown out. Right. So I've got my filter holder. I'm still using the old holder. Quite like it. Now to pop on our holder. Oh, I think I bumped you. There we go. To pop on our polarizer. So yeah, this is my square polarizing filter, and the reason why I have it is I can get much higher quality glass, or much higher quality polarizing filters that aren't that expensive. You can spend hundreds of dollars on a circular polarizing filter that screws on. Oh wow, that's a lot better. At a 15th of a second. Go up in the 1.4 and see what that looks like. I think it's going to look nice. Wow, this is nice. Got the 1.4 on now. Just having that extra 80mm really helps out a lot. So I'm actually just playing with the composition because, and I was also worried about this extender or teleconverter being soft, but it's actually really quite nice. It's just fine. It's just a very shallow depth of field, and just try to get it right. It's the tricky bit. But we're shooting at a 10th of a second, 5.6. Just getting that polarizing filter in the right place. 100 ISO, and yeah, it's looking wonderful. Got a little bit of light coming in. I'm going to change my aspect ratio to a 16:9, just see what that looks like. It's quite dense in here. I'm all the way in, yeah. I'm going to get a shot of that as well at 16:9. There's a dead tree off to my left, which I'm not really liking. It's entering the frame, and I've got to be careful of the tree on the right. Oh wow, we've got some light coming through. The sun's just poking its way through those clouds. Get another shot of that, focus again. Sorry. Oh, that's so hard to focus. There we go. Oh wow, that light's changed, hang on. 15th of a second. Actually, let's check the histogram. Yeah. Go 15th. Got a little bit of a blown white happening on the trees, but we can recover that. Lovely, going on a nice long lens and having live view. I didn't have that on my Hasselblad, I had it on my X1D, but having this nice focal range, I'm hoping we don't have blue skies all the time. It's clearing up a little bit now. Can't forget my lens hood. Some cars are loud around here. I think it's the people who asked me, asked me what I was doing, and they're actually going to check out my YouTube channel. So if you're watching this, hello. Your car's very loud, but you're lovely people, and I hope your daughter enjoys the caves. So yeah, it's a beautiful spot down here, and testing out, using the gear as well. I'm loving it. I'm really enjoying it. I've left my filter in there because if it does fall, it's going to be fine, but I don't think it will. Now to find some other compositions around here. As I'm not sure if I mentioned, but with all the new growth around here, it's really transformed the scene. So what I normally photograph, I wouldn't photograph now. But yeah, this is nice. I've got the nice dappled light coming through the trees, or onto the trees, through the scene, which is just catching these nice little light pockets around it. Sorry, I'm in awe of the place. I'm just still so much to absorb in, and yeah, it's just simply beautiful. Anyway, let's find another spot. To this scene is the way the tree branch is leading off to the left, and we've also got the one that's leading up the right. Just something a little different in the scene. I've gone in nice and tight. Yeah, nice square crop. We had a bit of sunlight coming out as well, so I've got a little shot of that. Yeah, I just zoomed out a little bit just to see what it looked like, and it really changes it. So let me switch it back into video so you can see. Actually, it doesn't. It crops out a heck of a lot, but you'll be able to sort of gauge what I mean. So I'll just put that back in there, and when I zoom in, you'll be able to see how the scene changes. So right now, with the crop that we've got on the camera in 4K, it's quite a bit, but you can see actually that's a really nice composition. I quite like that. That was done by accident. So yeah, as I zoom in, you'll see how it changes and how the background gets blown out, and then that centre of focus is on the tree. You just manually focus that tree. Yeah, it just looks wonderful. Actually, I really like that as that aspect ratio. I'm going to switch it back over to stills and get that. So let's get in there. I'm going to change the aspect ratio on the camera here. 16:9. Read it all the way at 200mm, f4, ISO 100 at 25th of a second, and cable release, so we've got no vibration going through the camera. So I'll zoom all the way out to 70mm, and you'll be able to see how different it is. Some of you might like it, some of you might hate it, but it's all subjective. Subjective. I think I got that right. By the way, I'm using the Rode shotgun mic, the video micro, whatever it is, instead of my wireless mic, because it just picks up so much more atmosphere. And since we're working close to the camera, I don't really need to worry too much. So yeah, we'll get that focus. Just that polarizing filter. There we go. And we'll get that photo right now. Actually, I'll just go 20th of a second because it's got a bit darker. It's really wide, there's a lot of chaos going on, but as soon as you zoom in, it's completely different. So yeah, really, really nice. Anyway, I need to find my last composition, and I'm really tempted to go in with a wider lens, but as I'm finding out now, you know, just zooming out to 70mm, it really transforms the scene and it puts it in a different way. So yeah, and I think it's also going to rain, so I need to hurry up here. Alright, so now we need to find our next composition. And what I don't want to do, I don't want to actually move from here, I want to actually try and push myself to see something different. If you walk forward a meter, left, right, or whatever, it really transforms the scene. You know, it sort of opens up and then it closes down and compacts. And yeah, it's really quite amazing. But yeah, there's so much to see. And what I want to set myself is a challenge, just to move. I mean, not move. We can move just in this little area, but we're not allowed to go any further afield. There's actually a subject here I quite like the look of. Going to go probably with a nice square crop, and then some trees just off to the right of that, which maybe do like a letterbox style sort of shoot. Yeah, really, really nice. And then we'll call it a day, I think. I've got to get done quickly because I can see my battery's dying on my camera, so we've got plenty of batteries, but yeah, I'll do a shot of this now. So I want to get just the trees. Yeah, I think I like the tree which is off to the left, which is sort of peeling away. Switch over to video so you can see what I mean. I don't think I can point to this at the focal length I'm using. Let's have a go. So yeah, I like the tree. Can I see it? Nope. Oh yeah. So you can sort of see my finger at the front foreground there. So I like this tree off to the left, and then so it sort of gives it balance against the one on the far right. So I'll probably bring my framing over just a little bit like that. And we've got the foreground interest, or the background interest as well, with the fallen trees and the detail, and then as it slopes up the hill there. Just a nice simple composition. I'm just going to keep my edits very nice and simple. Might just pull those blacks up a little bit just to make it nice and soft, because I just want it, yeah, just make it feel nice and sort of cozy and inviting. It doesn't have to be all contrast and a lot of detail showing, but we'll still keep those details when we need it. Yeah, there we go. So our shutter speed for this, I'll just make sure we adjust our polarizing filter so we get that shine off those leaves. So actually I want a bit more breathing room on either side. Got to be careful with the framing of this. Just release the ball head at the panning base. Yeah, I think that'll work. It's really hard to balance this scene. I'm trying to judge it as I'm looking at it. Redo the focus. Just make sure everything is in focus where we need it to be. Yeah, that's nice. Okay. A 15th of a second, 5.6, 100 ISO. IS is off, autofocus is off. Focus on those trees. Do a little bit wider as well, maybe go square crop. Yeah, that looks nice with those ferns in the foreground. It's getting a bit bright as well. Yeah, that looks nice. Nice, like picture card sort of thing. Or photo, picture card? Postcard. So I want those ferns in focus. So I'll go 7.1. Yeah, f8, f10. An eighth of a second, f10, 100 ISO. I'll get that photo. It's been lovely getting out here. I've probably spent the best part of an hour and a half just walking around this area, taking the photographs that we've taken. Yeah, amazing how much time goes by when you're making videos and doing something that you love. So yeah, simply beautiful, and to be able to see this place change so much in the space of time. I'm going to flip my screen away because I'm just getting distracted by that again. Seeing how the place changes, you know, so before there was like thick foliage and you couldn't see much, and you couldn't walk through it, but now it's all like small. I do worry about people going off the paths and stomping down on all of the foliage that's trying to regrow. But I'm sure, you know, over the years, it will become good again, and it will come back to how it was, or if not better. Yeah, it's just beautiful. I'm just looking around, just so amazed by it all. Simply beautiful. So, yeah. But now I'm going to pack up my gear, put some gear on charge. I'm glad I bought the chargers. And I'm going to head down to Hamlin Bay, which is originally where I was actually going to go. I was going to do a reshoot, so hopefully the clouds are still lingering around because we need those. Yeah, amazing what your skills and how you develop in just over a year or two. And yeah, I originally underexposed my images, so I lost my black detail, or my details on my blacks. But this time around we're going to make sure that we don't underexpose for that, but that's for next week's video. Yeah. Anyway, I hope you've liked this video. If you have, be sure to hit that like button. It really helps out the channel, pushes our videos out further. If you'd like to see more videos in the future, be sure to subscribe. And if you'd like to say anything or you've got a question, pop it down in the comment section below. Anyway, I'm Simon, and I will see you in the next one. Okay, bye for now.